so happy to be performing again. I'm happy to be traveling again. I went to Japan. If you've never been to Japan, you gotta go. Delicious food, beautiful sightseeing. A lot of Japanese people over there, but besides that, you gotta go, gotta catch them all. You got to. No, Japanese people are truly the kindest, most polite people I ever met in my entire life. Like, do you remember when you're little and you drew a drawing? Then your mom would be like, "Oh my God, you're amazing! You're like Picasso, my little Picasso! Wow." That's how everyone in Japan treated me anytime I spoke Japanese. I learned how to say, "Where's the bathroom?" So I said, "Sumimasen, toilet wa doko desu ka?" Then they'll be like, "Wow! Your Japanese is so good. Are you from Japan? Wow!" They made me feel so good. It was like my parents never got divorced. It was amazing. I studied Japanese as a kid, and I was so excited to finally get to use it. I was in front of this restaurant in Tokyo, and I was looking at the menu, and it looked like it said fish, but I wasn't sure, so I wanted to make sure. So this Asian gentleman walked by, and I stopped him. And in perfect Japanese, I said to him, "Excuse me, is this fish?" I said, "Sumimasen. Sore wa sakana desu ka?" That's correct, just trust me. You know? This guy stops, he looks at me in perfect English, he goes, "I'm from Hong Kong, I don't speak Spanish." I was like, "Lo siento, amigo." The Japanese language is funny how it's structured compared to English. Like if I were to say in Japanese, "I eat pizza," I would say, "Pizza o tabemasu." But if I were to say I don't eat pizza, I would say, "Pizza o tabemasen." So the whole language is basically, I eat pizza, not. I hate it. I never liked it. He thinks I hate It's a whole language based on how I thought it was cool to talk in 1992. I love hanging out with my mom, not. I love homework, not. You guys are a beautiful crowd. That's all. Change the subject. Very sexy crowd. I was so excited to use my Japanese skills in Japan. I went to a ramen noodle restaurant in Kyoto. I went up to the ramen noodle chef guy in perfect Japanese. I said to him, "Please give me ramen noodles, no pork." I did it. I felt really good about myself. But then in Japanese, he was like, "Why no pork?" And I was like, okay, I was not prepared to have an argument in Japanese. I didn't learn how to do this in my 4th grade after-school learning program. But I can do this, watch this. So then in perfect Japanese, I said to the Japanese ramen noodle chef guy, I said, "I don't eat pork." Thank you so much. But then in Japanese, he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Good Lord." But okay, I got this, watch this. So then in perfect Japanese, I said to the Japanese ramen noodle chef guy, I said, "I don't like pork." Thank you so much. But then in Japanese, he was like, "But this is good." And I was like, oh my God, how do I say this in Japanese? I don't know how to say this. I was raised Jewish, so I have guilt issues associated with eating pork. It's not kosher. And I'd like to become a vegetarian one day, but adding animals to my diet is the opposite direction of where I'm trying to go with the animals I put in my mouth. So I said the last sentence I know to say in Japanese. I said, "Buta o kudasai." which turns out means please give me pork. And I ate pork for the first time in my entire life, for reals. And you know what? It was really good. It was amazing. Jewish people, we're wrong. I don't know who came up with this kosher don't eat pork nonsense. Probably some Gentiles trying to hog all the pork from the Jews. Hey, Jacob, you don't eat those pork chops, you're gonna piss off God. I got you, no worries. It's my impression of a shady Gentile.